Welcome, gentlemen, to the inaugural introductory virgin maiden voyage of the starship Single Man Chronicles. Right? Here we are, February 14th, ironically, 2019, Valentine's Day, right? Um, this channel is needed and is being made because men are under attack. Men are marginalized in our society, right? Feminism has run rampant. There is no safe place for men to go to band together and discuss things men. So that place will be here. There are a few other places, obviously. I'm being hyperbolic here. But this is my little corner, my spot where you guys are encouraged to email in, to communicate, chat, to leave comments, respond, ask questions, so that we can all help benefit each other. I am starting this channel because I do not like what I see on the internet. I do not like what I'm hearing. I do not like the direction that young men are taking. Men are checking out, and I mean that both um, as far as checking out of society, um, playing video games all day, locking themselves in the house, working from home, and they're also killing themselves. And it's understandable when you feel as though um, you can't get a woman, you become hopeless. And in life, hope is it is the major fuel to go on when things get difficult, hoping for something better, right? And when there's no hope, you give up, right? I think I would say 99% of what a man does is to attract women, right? We uh we peacock. Whether you want to call that your car you drive, your house, the way you adorn your house, the way you adorn your body, your clothes, um, hitting those weights. Some guys do jewelry, hairstyles, whatever. Um, Learning how to dance, right? Maiden dance. Almost anything that we do, shit, going to college so you can get a good job, so you can make good money, so you can be a good provider to a woman. That we do is specifically for that purpose. So, that being said, if you feel as though you cannot get a woman and you can never get a woman and you will never get a woman, what purpose do you have? Right? We are still just animals, evolutionarily speaking. We are still animals. We are only 2,000, 4,000 years removed from our primitive cells, our hunter-gatherer cells. We are basically hairless apes, if you really want to look at it. We evolved like any other animal, and like any other animal, our goal is to multiply. We live, rather we're born, we grow, we eat, we shit, we sleep, we fuck, we raise the next generation, and we die. So if you cannot mate and you cannot reproduce, the vast majority of your life is worthless. Now, obviously, with the advent of birth control, it's not necessarily about reproducing, but the act, the fun part of reproducing remains the same. So if you feel like you cannot engage in this activity, many of us are feeling as though our lives are absolutely worthless. And when men check out, society suffers. And I see a lot of guys checking out. We got incels, we got mental cells, we got all kind of guys who are claiming themselves to be celibate for a variety of reasons, whether they feel they don't meet the height requirement, whether they feel they don't meet the damn jaw cut requirement, the fucking sucked in cheekbone requirement. They don't fit the dick size requirement. They don't fit the income requirement. They don't fit the race requirement. Whatever fucking requirement they feel that they don't meet, guys are just giving up and saying fuck it. Some guys are fighting back. Some guys are looks maxing. Some guys are, Some guys are out there making money to try to do whatever. Some guys are hitting that gym, but a lot of guys are checking out. A lot of guys are bitter. A lot of guys are angry, and I see a lot of whining, a lot of bitching, right? And that's that feminism. That's that feminization, right? Feminism is feminize him, right? That's that feminization of the the man, the new group of men. If you're under 30, you're definitely a victim of this. Men before 1980, men born before 1985 or so, we don't whine, we don't fucking cry, we don't bitch, we don't moan, we don't sit back and sulk and play fucking games all day and cry about why a bitch don't want us. That's that new shit. That's that shit. I know a lot of the incel guys are anti-feminism, but you're behaving in a way that's feminine, right? You're not getting up and getting what you want. A man doesn't just sit back and whine. That's what a bitch do, right? Women sit back and wait. Women prim and prep. You know what I'm saying? Put on makeup, put on a dress, go sit at the bar, cross their legs, and play on their fucking hair and wait for the shit to come. Nigga, you ain't no woman. You're not gonna sit back. You're not gonna meet a woman playing games on your mom's love seat. You're not gonna meet a woman programming all day. You're not gonna meet a woman in your house. You're not gonna meet women by sitting back and thinking they're going to come to you. I don't give a shit how good you look. I don't care if you were born a 9 of 10. If you had God tier, I'm using air quotes here. If you had God tier looks and jaw, cheekbone, fucking canthal, tilt, fucking hooded eyes and shit, Norwood zero, 12-inch dick. If you sit in your house all day, who gonna see you, bro? Even if you weren't sitting in your house, even if you're walking down the street, women might look. They might look at you. But 99% of women, even in this feminine age, are not going to approach you. So it doesn't matter. You have to get up and act. You are the man. Even though we're living in an age of bullshit feminism, women still cannot be men. They're not equal to men. They do not think the way we do. They don't act the way we do. And if men continue to behave more like women, and women want to start behaving like men, society cannot function. They do not have the testosterone and the sexual drive to go get the man they want. And if we don't get the woman we want, guess what happens? Zero population growth, negative population growth. The human race dies. Now, obviously, that's hyperbolic. It's an exaggeration, but that's what it is. So, here in this space, we will be talking about everything man, right? Everything we can do. Getting our money right, getting our bodies right, getting our minds right, doing everything that we can to make ourselves more fulfilled in our lives and, as a direct and indirect result, more attractive to women. Now, brief history of myself. I've been a DJ since I was in college. I DJ'd in strip clubs after college. So I have been with a ton of fucking strippers, a ton of 18 to 29-year-old women with mental problems, tattoos, and drug habits. Um, when you have a little bit of status and you make a little bit of money, that happens. I never really had to go out and talk to women. I never had to go approach women. I never really had to do that in the street because women flirted with me because they wanted certain things played. They wanted certain timings. They might want to ride home. It varied. After that, I opened up my own bachelor party company and I drove girls. I set up pole. I played the music. So again, I'm in a position of power, status, money. So that's the MS part of LMS. So I didn't really have to pursue. That phase of my life is over, and now I am 43 years old, and I find myself having to pursue. And I know the status part of it was important because when the girls quit the club or when they quit working with me, they didn't take my calls anymore because I wasn't giving them work. They weren't looking for me to give them work. They weren't kissing ass to give them work. So the sex dried up. Yeah. So now I'm 43 years old. Trying to date women 25 to 29. My particular preference is white and Latinas. I am a black man, so as you can imagine, it'll be a little bit harder for me. I'm 6 foot even, so I'm average height. Again, a little bit harder for me. I am Norwood too. Again, a little bit harder for me. My jaw is only cut and sharp when I'm about 7% body fat. I like to sit about 10. 11 is the highest I'll go. I'm 240 with abs, 20-inch arm, 400 bench, 600 deadlift. I've been training since I was 12. All right. So I have the money part handled. I have the body part handled, but other areas I'm in the same boat as a lot of you guys. So I have some things going for me, I have some things not. Uh, I do have a hair transplant scheduled for March 8th of 2019, so I'll be taking care of that. I may or may not get a little bit of jaw filler to get that jaw square, or I may just have my photos touched up so that my jaw appears square online. And when they ask, if they ask, hey, I was lean, whatever. I don't know. It just depends on what happens. But so we're gonna talk about tips that we can do, things we could do. We're gonna chronicle my journey on the dating sites, the dating apps, which ones suck, which ones blow. We're gonna talk about the journey from being a mental cell, which is what I am. I have social anxiety, approach anxiety. I would rather cut off my left scrotum than approach a girl, which is odd because most men in my demographic have zero fear of talking to women. I see it every day. I see brothers talk to women; they have no problem. I grew up with cats like that got women, and I was jealous. My whole childhood, I was jealous, and it drove me nuts. So we're gonna follow my journey from being that guy to hitting up chicks on Bumble, hitting up chicks on Tinder, Match, what have you, and meeting strange women and doing the whole immersion therapy technique, which is what that is. I do go to therapy, so this is immersion. This is meeting as many random women as I can in a comfortable way, going on dates, getting familiar with talking to new women, and that is the first step on my journey towards being able to approach any and everywhere, any woman at any time. That is the end goal for me, and I'm hoping that's the end goal for you, and I hope you guys follow along with me. I hope you make similar or better gains than I make, because as you know, it's all about the gains, guys. So follow, like, subscribe, and I hope that you guys like and subscribe, and I hope that you get some benefit from what we're doing here, because it's all about men like no one else is. And yeah, this is my passion, and follow along. Holla back.